Hi Tommy, it's Ray here from Just for Keepers, also called J4K. Hope you're fitting well. First of all, I want to say a massive thank you for sending me the video, and also a massive well done for being brave to also do the video as well, Tommy. A lot of goalkeepers suffer from lack of confidence, or they're frightened of making a mistake in a game, but they're not. They think that they're being weak by asking for help. They think by not asking for help that they're being brave, which is complete nonsense, to be honest with you, because if you feel as if you need help with your goalkeeping or anything in life, the best thing to do is always ask. The brave people ask, okay, yeah, so nothing to be embarrassed about. As I say, you should always ask, as I say, for help and advice if needed. So I just want to address the first thing that you said about that you are obviously nervous about making a mistake while you play. Also, I just want to quickly digress. First of all, I just want to say as well that a lot of goalkeepers think that they are being weak if they are nervous or scared before a game, but actually don't feel nervous. Don't feel weak just because you feel nervous or scared before a game, Tommy, because that is completely natural. If you ask any top professional athlete, 99% of them, so these guys who are playing at the top of their game, 99% of them will tell you that they get scared and nervous before the game, and this is like top international players. It's just part and parcel of obviously of what we've got to deal with as professional athletes and goalkeepers, etc. So the first thing is you got to realise it's okay to be nervous. You're not a weakling. It's okay to be nervous, and all you got to do is just literally be able to control your nerves, and which this is what the 30-day this is what the 30-day challenge is all about, Tommy. It will help you to basically control your nerves and how you can visualize your own success. So the first thing I wanted to say is that it's okay to be nervous, it's okay to be scared, it's only natural. Even the best of the best of the best get nervous and scared before the game, and you can actually use that as energy to help you have a good game. So the second thing I want to cover as well, you mentioned that you were obviously that you were scared about making a mistake. Again, completely natural. I mean, I've coached thousands of goalkeepers over the years, and I can honestly, it's probably a tiny percentage of goalkeepers who are not phased, who are not bothered about making a mistake in a game. I would definitely say that 99% of goalkeepers who I've coached over the years, and I've coached thousands of goalkeepers over the years, 99% of them all have the same feeling, that they're scared about making a mistake. And a lot of these goalkeepers who have coached, by the way, Tommy, have gone on to become professional and international goalkeepers or gain college scholarships. So again, it does not stop you achieving your goalkeeping dreams by being nervous or scared, because it is complete natural. But one of the things you got to do before the game, or when you are, actually you do this every single day. This is what I will teach you over the 30-day challenge. So I won't go into too much detail now, but what happens is like when you have a negative thought. So for example, if you visualize coming for a cross and you visualize dropping that cross, all you do, because that's what happens. This is why a lot of goalkeepers get nervous before the game, because what happens is they unintentionally have negative thoughts, negative thinking, and obviously that's not good, to be honest with you, Tommy, obviously, because what happens is if you've always got negative thoughts in your mind, i.e. coming for a cross and dropping the ball, in a game situation, you will come for the cross and you will drop the ball if you continuously have negative thoughts. So what you've got to do, so like you're saying before, like you mentioned in your video, is when you're getting scared about making a mistake, I'm guessing that you're visualizing that mistake that you're going to make. Now, I've been here myself many a times, and what you've got to do, Tommy, as soon as you have a negative thought of you dropping a cross, for example, in your mind's eye, you then visualize yourself 10 times coming for that cross and catching that cross. So any negative thought, you delete a negative thought with at least 10 positive thoughts. And what you'll find, what will happen is, you'll find that first of all, you'll start to have less and less negative thoughts, so the more you practice this technique. But also as well, when you do have a negative thought, the longer you do this for, it won't take you 10 positive thoughts to cancel. It'll only take you 3 or 4 positive thoughts, if that makes sense, obviously the more you do it. And the beauty about this as well, Tommy, it's not hard. Okay, it's not hard. It's not as if you got to go to the gymnasium and pump weights, etc. Everything's done in your mind. It's basically like daydreaming. So as I say, so whenever you have a negative thought or you're frightened of making a mistake, I'm guessing that you visualize that mistake you're going to make. Just wipe that out with 10 positive thoughts. So for every 1 negative, 10 positive, and I promise you, Tommy, you'll have less and less negative thoughts. And the more you do this as well, and it doesn't take long, literally just a few seconds each day. Whenever you have a negative thought, and I promise you it will soon wipe out any negative thoughts that you have. And again, as I say, I explain this more in the 30-day challenge anyway, but hopefully this personal video to yourself will help. Last but not least as well, you were saying obviously you went for a one-on-one and you fractured your knee, which obviously I'm sure was really painful. And again, don't be embarrassed, or don't feel that you're being weak, because you've lost your confidence, because that happens to the best of goalkeepers. I don't even remember Peter Cech, who played for Chelsea, obviously an amazing goalkeeper. He actually got kicked in the head, and I think he got his skull cracked or fractured, so he ended up wearing a head guard for the majority or for the remainder of his career, because obviously that had a scary effect on him. And put my teeth back in. That had a scary effect on Peter. And there's there's a professional international Premiership goalkeeper. He was affected by getting kicked and hurt as well. So again, don't feel weak about it at all. So the first thing you got to do is, obviously, when you have had an injury like yourself, Tommy, is first of all make sure that you get it properly and professionally healed. Make sure as well that you get good physio before you obviously start going in goal again, and I'm sure that's happened already. Then what you've got to do is try and speak to your coach and speak to your goalkeeping coach again, and be honest with them and say, look, I'm feeling this is what's happening. I've lost me bit. Again, don't be embarrassed to say this to people. You're not being weak. You're being brave by saying to people, look, I've lost a bit of my confidence. What can you do, coach, to help me build my confidence back up? And any coach worth their salt will help you build your confidence up. So the first thing you got to do is speak to your coach. Then all you got to do as well is make sure in training situations, Tommy, is obviously when you got injured, obviously when you got your knee, obviously fractured. Again, just go through some role play. So to start off with, do it in your backyard on your own. So put the ball down and visualise obviously exactly you coming out for the ball with no centre forward there or no opposing player there. So do it without the ball first. So again, you get back into the actions. Then obviously bring a player into it. Get the player to basically walk. So again, you're gradually getting into it. So once you've built your confidence up doing it on your own, then bring a player in who's going to walk the scenarios. Okay, so and then so they might only go at 30% and you will go at 30%, and then do it again. Try and get a friend to do it, or maybe a parent to do it, or a sibling to do it. Do it in your back garden, your backyard, and then once you've done it at 30% and you built up your confidence, go to 40% and 50% and 60% and so on. And it might take 2 or 3 weeks, but just try and do it for 5 or 10 minutes a day. And on top of that, as well as doing it physically in training, do it in your mind's eye, do it mentally, visualise yourself coming for that ball solidly, perfect technique, and not getting injured. What happens then by doing that in your mind's eye and visualising that, Tommy, visualising yourself doing it over and over and over again, and then you physically gradually getting into it, first of all without a ball, then you bring a player in and the player starts off at doing it, at 20%, you do at 20%, and then you gradually get, 30%, 40%, 50%. Never go 100% in training, okay, yeah, obviously, because that's, you can still get injured, but again, just, if you're doing it with a parent or a sibling or a friend, get up to like 50, 60, 70%, as well as doing this practice in training with your football team, your soccer club. Also do it away from the club as well. So if your coach is only doing it once or twice a week with you, that's not enough, Tommy. It's got to be done every single day. And I promise you, after 2 or 3 weeks, you know, you'll be emailing me back saying, Ray, I feel much better. So please, hope all that makes sense. Please go through the 30-day challenge. Please do what I said in this video. I promise you, Tommy, you'll be back to normal before you know it. And again, please remember, you're not being weak by asking for help. You're being brave, okay? Because all the goalkeepers that I've helped achieve their dreams over the years, every one of them were not afraid to ask. You know, they were not afraid to ask, even to say, hey, Ray, or hey, coach, I'm feeling underconfident. I'm scared. What do we do? Okay. If you ask, you'll get the answer. I hope that helps, Tommy, and I hope you enjoyed the 30-day challenge. Anything else, please email me anytime. I'll personally get back to yourself. Okay, take care, young man, and all the very best.